Hey wild ones, I'm Lucy and this is Pussy Powered. In today's video, I'm going to share with you 3 practices that will help make sex more pleasurable. In particular, penetrative sex. Whether you're experiencing discomfort or even pain or just a feeling of not being quite open in your body during sex, or you simply feel like there's more pleasure to be had during sex that you are not currently experiencing, then this video is for you. But before I dive in, I really want to emphasize that these practices are just that. Practices. This means that they're not a one-time event that you do this thing and then everything's gonna be so much more pleasurable for you. It's a practice that you put into action consistently, and over time you will notice incredible results. In fact, these 3 practices personally helped me transform my partially numb, partially extremely uncomfortable and birth traumatized vagina into, as funny as this may sound, a pleasure temple that can have orgasm after orgasm after orgasm during penetrative sex. So if that sounds like something that you would like to experience in your own way, whatever that would look like in your body, in your relationship, then keep listening. The very first practice is Yoni Armoring. Yoni Armoring is such an important part of opening up your pleasure potential. So often, we women carry our unprocessed emotions and traumas, especially around sex. And remember, sexual trauma is not limited to a big event like a sexual assault or a rape or anything like that. It can also include sex-negative mindsets and beliefs and how you think about your sexuality and your womanhood. We store a lot of that in our womb space and in our pussies. Think of it as an energetic wall that your pussy is putting up. We hear about this all the time in the context of heartbreak, right? Like putting a wall around your heart so that nothing can get in, but then not only can you not experience pain, you can't experience love either. Likewise, when the pussy is armored up, that protects her, but in doing so, your body is sacrificing the ability to connect with deep, fulfilling, luscious pleasure. The practice of Yoni Armoring helps to break down those energetic barriers that are keeping you from experiencing the pleasure that your body is capable of. In this video, I'm not going to share the step-by-step of how to do the Yoni Armoring process, so if you want to know more about it, check out this video. The second practice is a Yoni Egg practice. You've probably heard me mention Yoni Eggs if you've been following the Pussy Powered channel for any length of time, and this became such a hot topic of conversation amongst our Pussy Powered queens that I actually recently released my PvssyFit program to help these queens rebuild sensitivity in their pussies and strengthen their pelvic floor in a fun, sexy way. So, side note, if you want to learn more about that, go to this website. Women today who have a Yoni Egg practice report an increase in natural lubrication, more powerful orgasms, increased continence, aka not peeing yourself, increased vaginal control during sex. Yes, I'm talking about the penis here. And of course, a strengthened mind-body connection. As I've mentioned in other videos, our pussies respond to loving attention. And every time you do a mindful Yoni Egg practice, setting an intention before you insert your egg, giving your pussy that effort, that time, that energy, that love, she responds to you. My Yoni Egg practice has been an integral part of building this mind-body connection and resensitizing the inside of my pussy. So I can personally attest to this practice being really fucking powerful. If you're looking for a place to get a high-quality Yoni Egg, I do have a few more Yoni Eggs available in my Pussy Powered Etsy shop, and for 7 free days of guided Yoni Egg practices, go to YinEggsseries.com. Alright, and we have arrived at the most luscious and juicy and pleasurable practice of them all, or at least once you have done your de-armoring, self-pleasure rituals. Now, because I did create not 1 but 2 videos on the self-pleasure practice here and here, I'm not going to go super in-depth in this video, but I really want to emphasize that the self-pleasure ritual is a sacred, safe space for you to explore without pressure, without rush, without expectation, without any pressure to come. I know some of y'all can get off in 30 seconds using the right vibrator, but that's not the point. The idea here is to slow down and get really present with every touch, every stroke, every sensation, not only in and around your pussy, but also your skin, thighs, stomach, breasts. It's your time to explore pleasure in ways that you usually don't take the time to explore. And this is why I call it self-pleasure instead of masturbation, even if it does lead to orgasm or multiple orgasms. This helps to reframe the experience into something that is slow and luscious and mindful instead of something that is maybe rushed or frenzied or just repeating the same old thing that you are used to doing. A self-pleasure ritual is also the perfect time to practice experiencing pleasure in different parts of your pussy that will be penetrated or stimulated during sex. So then when you're having sex, your brain has already been practicing building these connections, these new pleasure connections. So if you want to begin experiencing orgasms through penetrative sex, or you want to begin experiencing cervical orgasms, whatever it is that you are feeling like, ooh, I would love to experience that in my body, your self-pleasure ritual is an amazing time to practice that. And along the lines of it being a practice, I mean it is a practice. Just like with anything else, any learned skill, our brain needs consistent, repetitive practice for those connections to be made in the brain. Neurons that fire together, wire together. And it's not a one-time thing. It's not a one-week thing. For me, it took around 6 weeks of daily, consistent self-pleasure practice to sensitize my pussy to be able to have orgasms during penetrative sex. And the first time that it happened, we were both blown away. It was such an amazing feeling. But it took practice, consistency, commitment, and a lot of patience and self-compassion. In fact, your self-pleasure ritual is such a beautiful time to notice, where are you judging yourself? Where are you being too hard on yourself or putting pressure on yourself? And then you get to practice releasing that resistance. If there's one thing that I would love for every woman to experience from a self-pleasure ritual, it's that. Practicing releasing resistance and being present with what is. And then, with patient, consistent application, you will be amazed at what you begin to experience in your body. All right, wild ones, that's it for today. 3 practices to help you have more pleasurable sex. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more on sexual empowerment and healing for women. And if you haven't yet checked out my free 4-day mini video series, Orgasmic Pussy, go to pussypower.me for more. In the meantime, here's to your awakening and your healing for a pussy-powered life.